Hi, it's really nice to see you, and I want to thank you for hitting the play button. And today we're going to look at 9 network marketing tools for beginners. So stay tuned.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, my name's Bill Reinecke. I'm with MLM Science, and I am so glad that you're here. And I think that that's what I've got for you today. 9 tips are going to really be helpful if you're a beginner, and even if you're not, if you're an intermediate or you network marketer, MLMer, and you've been doing this for a while. Please stay tuned. I think this will be helpful. While you're here, please go ahead and just like this video and click the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that, and click the bell so you can get notified every time I put up a video. So today we're going to talk about these 9 tips that I think are going to really be helpful. Now, before we jump into these, I just want to share just a little bit. I've been doing network marketing for a while, and and as I'm creating this video, I'm really starting from scratch. And so all the things that I share are things that I'm implementing in my business, and so I want to share these things as I go and as I'm building this business. And so one of the things that's different is about this channel is that it has really started out not after I've made the jump or I've had the success, but on my journey to do that. And I am committed to making that journey and completing it and building a network marketing organization. And I want to show as many people and help as many people along the way, whether you're in business with me or somewhere else, but I really want to help as many people as possible. The number one thing you want to do is treat your MLM business or your network marketing business like a real business, because it is. It's amazing to me how many people I've met over the years who have home businesses of any kind, or even work at home and are employed by a company, and how they don't really take it as seriously as getting in a car every morning, getting in rush hour traffic and going to a job. And then coming home through that same terrible experience of rush hour traffic, and call it terrible because it's not great. And so you get home and people get kind of conditioned to that, but when they have that freedom, they tend to really take things maybe a little less seriously. So treat it like it is a real business, because it is. The thing about treating it like a business, and the thing to remember, is that it has a greater earning potential than any job you would ever have. So not only does it have the greater earning potential, but it has a greater potential for wealth. And in the way I define wealth is 4 things. It's freedom, choice, health, and income. And so what it does is it allows you to be able to have freedom and choice that you wouldn't have with your job. And it allows you to really focus on your health, physical, emotional, mental health, and it gives you the income to be able to do that. And done well, it creates a passive income. In other words, you're earning money when you're sleeping or when you're on vacation. So treat it like a real business. That's the number one thing. Number 2 is remember the people in your organization. This isn't about you. It's about helping others to create a business. I'm not saying do it for them. I'm saying helping others. So in other words, I use myself as an example. As I'm bringing what I've learned, and I'm teaching and sharing everything that I have learned openly. Through that, I will attract people and meet people that I will bring into my organization, and those people I will look at their needs first. So remember, this isn't about you. Network marketing isn't about you building your business. It's really about helping other people to be successful. Zig Ziglar said something, and I remember this when I was a kid, and it holds true today. But he said that if you will help enough people get what they want, you can have what you want, or anything that you want. So really it's about the people, we're helping in our business, and that's the number one rule in network marketing. The third thing is put technology in your favor, or use it or position it into your favor. The thing about it is that The old methods or old techniques of recruiting and building a network marketing business are outdated. Hitting up your friends and family and your neighbors, the people you work with, and doing a memory jogger type of list, it doesn't work anymore. And so people aren't coming to home parties, or they're not going to hotel parties, and they're home, they're on social media, so meet people where they're at. So use technology to your advantage. I was invited to go to a meeting. It was for a multi-level marketing company, or a company that used that as their marketing means. And I knew this going, and I was really just going to support a friend. Had no intention of getting involved, and it was really heartbreaking because they had rented a small restaurant downtown that was open for breakfast and lunch, and so they had reserved it and rented it for the dinner hour for people to come to their presentation. And when I showed up, it was just me and one other person that was there, and it was really heartbreaking for them, and I really could feel their pain because I had been there before. So those types of meetings, those things don't work anymore. And I was thinking while I was sitting there, where are the people at? And they were at home on Facebook, they were on Instagram, Snapchat, and all those other network social medias. And so that's the idea, is that you put yourself, leverage that technology and bring people to you through that. The other thing is don't misuse that. So many people are misusing technology today that it is really another thing that's giving this industry and just internet marketing at large a bad name. So when people get on there and start spamming, and you know what that's like when people spam you with stuff that you're not interested in, or they're trying to sell you something. And so network marketing is about building relationships, meeting people where they're at, and using technology to do that. Number 4 is invest in yourself. This is probably the largest investment outside of any kind of monetary investment that you can make, because investing in yourself and growing is the only way that your organization will grow. So everything that you learn it like you're going to teach it. So in other words, walk away from whatever that learning situation is with the idea in mind that you're going to take that and share it. So everything that I share in my videos, that's exactly what I do. I'm constantly learning. In fact, I've spent the last 2 years reverse engineering what people are doing online and learning from them, and just really absorbing a lot of information and throwing out the chaff, the stuff that's no good, and really rendering it down to what is helpful. When I got into network marketing 2 years ago this time, that's exactly what my my upline wanted me to do, was to come up with a list of 100 names of friends, family, and neighbors and people I worked with, and I said I wasn't going to do it. So we have to invest in ourselves and learn and be able to teach that, and also to become the person or the leader that A, we want to be, and B, that we need to be. Number 5 is to pick a good company. What's important in picking a good company is knowing what to look for. And when you're picking a company, don't just get into one because your friend or maybe a family member's in there and they want you to get in business with them. But go about it and do your due diligence. Find out about the company. How many millionaires have they produced? This is important because if they're not producing wealth, or people are not progressing to the point of becoming millionaires or achieving that status, then this is not a company that is probably going to be able to offer you what you need. So that's important. Also, how long has the company been around? What kind of a track record do they have? What's being said about them on the internet? And so it's important to be able to maybe find those things and ask questions about it. Not everything you read on the internet and every negative thing is true, but it's important to at least know what you're getting into, because after all, this is your business. Now, I want to point out that you don't own the network marketing company, you don't own the product, you don't own any of that, and it could go away at any moment. But everything on the front end of that, as far as the marketing piece, is yours, and so it's your responsibility to do your due diligence. Number 6, don't start a business, solve a problem. When you start your network marketing business, don't look at it as starting a business, or you're gonna hang a shingle on the wall and start a business and open the door and people are going to come in. Instead, go at it about solving a problem. So as you're choosing your network marketing company, or you're choosing a product, or you're starting to reach out to people, you're not selling a product, you're solving a problem. So maybe that problem is weight loss. Maybe it's health and wellness or mental health or something like that through aromatherapy, or maybe it's a certain type of diet that helps with weight loss, or and so whatever product that you're choosing, it's not that you're selling that product, you're going to present that in a way of solving a problem. Number 7 is huge. Be ready. Be ready for people to join you. So often what I find is that people go out there and they and people that I've talked to, and they're trying to recruit people, and then the people get involved and they get recruited or sponsored, and then they kind of fade away. The number one reason that people fade away is because there's no structure. So be ready for people to come on to your organization. Now, what I do when people come and get involved with me is I provide training. I provide training about the product. I provide training on how to duplicate what I'm doing, how to build their business, and I provide regular coaching so that we have a training process in place that's very structured and organized, and it helps people in the process. Number 8, practice what you learn and be a model. And so what I mean by that, and it kind of could go with the one of the steps previously, but this one really needs to stand alone. So model and practice what you learn. So it's enough to go, it's not enough to go and just simply teach it, but you need to model it. So people are going to have problems, they're going to be looking to you to solve those problems, and how you model that process, how you model the coaching, how you model the teaching will be exactly what those people will go and do with their groups. So not only are they people looking to have their problems solved, but they're going to be looking to duplicate that. So you want to be duplicatable. So what I've learned in raising kids all these years is that I find that some of the silly things, some of the maybe not so smart things that they do are things that they've actually learned from me. So that comes back to modeling and role modeling. So we need to make sure and always be aware that we realize people's eyes are always on us. So that's a very important thing to remember in the beginning. Number 9 is don't be afraid of mistakes. I could call this a couple other things, like don't be paralyzed by perfection. That's one of my favorites. But I think more than that, I think we're afraid to make mistakes. So as a result, we don't do anything. We get kind of, instead of making a mistake, we just stay stationary. There's no forward movement, there's no action. And so we're not always going to be perfect, and that's okay. So don't be afraid of making a mistake. Our mistakes are not failures. So it's important to differentiate those two. Mistakes can actually become one of our best teachers. Now, I know that when I make a mistake and then I own that mistake, and even with people that are looking on, like my kids or business people or whoever I'm around, the way I respond and handle that, and what I learn from it and what I'm able to teach from it makes that mistake priceless. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, and give other people in your organization permission to make mistakes. I always say that as long as a mistake isn't, an accident or a mistake that's going to be, life-threatening or detrimental to someone's health and safety, go ahead and make mistakes, because mistakes are not, they're not terminal, they're not permanent, and they're always things that we can go back and fix and learn from. So, learn how to embrace mistakes and fail forward. You've heard that term before, I'm sure, and if you haven't, you have now, but learn how to just fail forward and just learn how to pick yourself up and keep moving. So that's 9 powerful networking marketing tips for beginners and even intermediate and advanced people. Those are the 9 things that I just shared with you are very foundational. And so it really kind of, I think, takes some pressure off of you and gives you some freedom to go out and be an entrepreneur. The problem that we run in so often is that we want a step-by-step process. We want a recipe for success. And the truth of the matter is there's no such thing. So don't waste your time looking for it. Go out there and create it. Go out there and learn it. And what works for me will work a little bit different or may not work for you at all, and vice versa. So we learn from each other, but we've got to go out there and be the pioneer, and that's what entrepreneurship's all about. I hope this training was helpful. And I hope that you will subscribe to this channel and like this video. And if you'd like to know more and to go a little deeper, I have a 5-part series training down below. All you have to do is click the link and opt in, and I will send you the training to your email. And until next time, have a great day.